real cases before a real judge.
And now, enter the courtroom of Judge Mathis. Plaintiff Tim Little dated the defendant for 2.5 years, and he claims she was completely crazy. Tim has pictures proving the defendant destroyed his property, and he's suing her today for unpaid rent. Defendant Kathy Harlow says she and Tim are both crazy, as was their relationship, because Tim is bisexual and had sex with men almost every other week. Kathy's countersuing because she claims Tim posted an explicit picture of them on a website.
Start with you.
Judge, I met the lady you see next to you here, Kathy, about 2.5 years ago. And about 2 years ago, I met crazy Kathy. What you can't tell by looking at her is that she has a mean streak, and it's been a real problem in our relationship. And this is one of the reasons we're here today.
How so?
Well, let me just show you a picture here. This is we got a new apartment together, and this is what we're talking about today. Okay. This is a Chinese arch, and she's half
looks
Chinese.
Like what's the thing you cut her head?
Yeah, not like that.
Looks like a guillotine. What does she do that?
She threw that at me, broke it up against the wall into 100 little pieces, and I put it back together.
The reason why I did that.
Well, at least she didn't put your head in between.
Yeah.
Why did she do that? I'll let her tell, but why do you think she did it?
She was upset because I had taken her belongings and I delivered them, packed up her belongings very nicely and took them to her mom's house.
Who did this belong to?
This is mine. Yeah.
All right, so she was just giving you your belongings.
Yeah, she was giving me my belongings, yeah. Upside the head.
Yeah. Go ahead. What else you want to tell me about her character or about the relationship?
It's just, it's love, hate, love. One day we're getting along fine. The next day it's crazy Kathy. And
it's all her, huh?
Nope, there's always two sides to the story.
Your Honor, I like
That's
to
what I'm at. Your opinion is that it was all her?
I will take responsibility. In any relationship, and there's issues, there's always
I'm not the only one that's crazy.
So you're crazy, Tim.
Yeah, he is crazy, Tim. Your Honor,
crazy Tim and crazy Kathy.
That's right.
All right.
Okay.
Crazy that's Kathy, let me hear from you.
Well,
you said that's right when I said it.
I agree, Your Honor. From the get-go of the relationship, like you say, I'm crazy, he's crazy too. The relationship is crazy. From the get-go, when I met Tim, he never told me that he has herpes.
He never told you
he
that
never
he
told
had
me that.
STD.
Yes, until a week later.
That's not true.
And then you know what's so crazy about, Your Honor? You know what's so crazy about?
What?
To find out, he's bi-curious, and he posted my tattoo on a gay website, and he wants me.
Either.
Quiet,
no,
sir.
No.
How often do you believe he has engaged in relations with other men?
Because he told me.
How often?
It's almost every single day. That's what the fight is.
That's more than curious, man.
Yeah.
The curiosity is like once or twice.
Yeah, it's almost every other week.
Well, then he's straight up bisexual.
Yeah, he's straight up.
Or gay.
Yeah, he's bisexual.
All right.
And he wants me.
I just want you to be clear.
And Your Honor,
you call it curious.
Yeah, and he posted my tattoo on his gay website with his semen on my back of my tattoo, and I have a picture of it, Your Honor. That's how crazy the relationship is.
Let's pass that photo around. Huh?
And you know what, Your Honor?
Ma'am, is this part of your counterclaim?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to get to the rent, and then we'll talk about this outrageous counterclaim that you're suing him for. Go ahead, sir. The rent.
She never paid a dime of rent over 6 months. 6 months.
What was her share?
Her share of the rent was $836.
$836. And yours was $836 as well.
Yeah, we split it down
obviously. The middle. All right. And she never paid you anything?
No.
What would you say to her about payment? For 6 months sounds like a long time.
Well, she was out of work, collecting unemployment, and she works through a union. So her number at the union hall is like 20-something.
Was she unemployed when she moved in with you?
Yes.
Could she afford to pay then?
No.
Then how could you expect her to pay?
This is how it worked out when we got the place. I said, why should I pay more money for a bigger apartment so that I could live with you and your dogs that I don't even want to live with? She said, Tim, you're not going to be paying more money. You're going to be paying less money because we're going to be splitting the rent. Okay. So before we even got the place.
That was before getting it. All right. Ma'am, what was your understanding regarding the rent?
Well, Your Honor, I did tell him, I said, when I go back to work, I will help out with the rent. But I never went back to work. Okay? That's
So you
the
think
whole.
you should never
when we
roll?
moved in, Your Honor, when we moved in, I was not working.
Uh-huh.
I was getting unemployment, and I did the best I can, like buying grocery, the best I can to help out. I never said that I will pay you back the back rent. I never said that, Your Honor.
When before moving in, did you say I will pay
I will pay part of my share, but Mr. Little,
before moving in?
yes, Mr. Little knows
So
that
why
when-
wouldn't you think that you owe from the time you moved in if you told him I will pay rent?
I said I will help, Your Honor.
Yeah,
the best
right.
I
Help
can.
pay rent.
Yeah,
right.
help.
It would be reasonable that you would do as reasonable people do, pay their half.
I like to correct this, Your Honor.
Yeah.
I didn't stay there totally over 6 months.
Okay.
Okay, I got in a car accident in April.
January.
No, January the 1st, but I did not know that my accident got worse.
Mm-hmm.
So in April the 21st, I went into surgery on my right elbow. I have a torn ligament on my right elbow. And I stayed at my mom's house on April the 21st, all the way up to until May, and I went back into surgery again in May because the incision didn't go very well. So I went into my second surgery. And so I stayed at my mom's house for over about 3.5 months.
not
So
the
I didn't
whole
stay
time.
there.
Hold on.
You were back
Give
and
me,
forth.
I
give
did
me-
not-
quiet. Give
I
me
did
the
not
months.
stay there,
I
Your
got
Honor.
you. Give me the months that you did not stay there.
Okay, April, May, June, and July. I did not stay there. And I left
Okay, ma'am. You said 3 months. That was 4.
3.5 months. You know,
Well, you said
I'm
it was
not
4.
positive sure, but it's around that
Okay.
area, Your Honor.
You
3.5
say you're not
months.
positive. He sounds positive and sure.
It's 3.5 months, and I do have statement from my witness.
Sir, why didn't you have her sign on to the lease?
No, her name's right here.
Let me see.
There's the lease. Her
Ma'am,
name's
just,
on the lease.
just,
Matter of fact, look at the
because,
name.
just because you go to the hospital doesn't mean you
Your
don't
Honor?
have to pay your rent,
Okay,
ma'am.
Your Honor.
Ma'am, let's get to your counterclaim of emotional distress.
But Your Honor,
Ma'am, you're going to pay the rent, so let's move on.
okay, I'm suing Mr. Little because he put my picture on his gay website without my permission. And I have witness, and I've been stressing over it. He's vicarious, and he posted my tattoo on a gay website.
How often do you believe he has engaged in relations with other men?
It's almost every single day. That's what the
Well,
fight is about.
that's more than curious, man.
Yeah.
Plaintiff Tim Little is suing his ex-girlfriend, who claims Tim posted an explicit picture of them on a gay website because he's bisexual.
You say it was a sexually explicit picture?
Yes.
False. False.
Yes. I have a picture of it.
What is false, sir?
It's not on any website.
You took it off. You took it off. You told
Was
me
it
the
ever
next
on the
weekend.
website?
No. You took it off. I even have it on
It's
my
an
phone,
iPhone
Mr. Little.
application.
I had it on my phone, on the web, the app's on my cell phone.
You cannot go
I have it.
to www.anything
Tim,
and look
I
at
have
that
it
photo.
on
It's
my
not
phone.
on the
I
internet.
have proof.
Was it ever exposed to a third party?
Yes, he showed it to
Yes.
me, Judge
It
Mathis.
was? Did she?
And then as soon as
did
she asked me
allow
not
that?
to-
No, I did not, Your Honor.
She didn't approve of you disclosing that
And then
very
last
private
weekend,
information.
Does not
he
show-
sent me a text on a porno with a lady and a girl doing something on my phone. This
Okay.
is when we were broken up.
And you're
he's-
saying that caused you emotional distress?
the tattoo on his gay website. It stressed me
The
out.
information about you?
Yes.
Okay, I
Yes.
can accept that.
That was supposed to be
We've
for
been
me
watching
and
porn
him.
together
That
for
was
2.5
supposed to be
years,
for
but
me
now
and
she's
him
uncomfortable.
privately,
All
Your
right,
Honor.
you all been watching porn for 2.5 years, but have you
But
been
now she's
watching it with the
uncomfortable.
whole world?
He's showing it to his whole
We
gay
get kinky.
website
That's all I'm
world.
gonna
He
say.
just
Hold
showed
on.
it off, Your
What?
Honor.
Yeah, Judge, we get kinky together, okay?
But that's our personal. That's our personal
and
life.
now all of a sudden,
But he can't
all of a
post
sudden
this,
she's
Your
shy.
Honor.
And,
He
you know-
cannot post this on his
I
gay
mean,
website.
I'm not really interested in knowing, but
yeah.
if you want to prove your case, you'll tell me what type of kinkiness.
We enjoy watching porn together. We talk about our sexual fantasies about involving another person, a couple, and doing like a three-way.
Like with another woman, or
Yeah,
you
with
want
another
another
woman.
guy?
That's
Your
every guy's
Honor.
fantasy
No, Your
is to be
Honor,
with
he's
two
lying,
women.
Your Honor.
She says you're
He's lying.
bisexual. You might have two fantasies. Go
He
ahead.
does.
What else?
But Judge, this
What
gets
else
me
you
out of this relationship. I'm as queer as a $3 bill, all right?
Why don't you be
I'm
honest?
not.
Why don't you be honest and say you invited your gay friend to come over, and then he ended up robbing your brother blind when your brother and you went to bed.
All right, let's talk
a
about
gay
your
guy,
lesbian lover, all right?
Really?
Yeah.
Really? She's my
drag it all
girlfriend, Your
out?
Honor.
Let's go ahead and talk
We
about your
grew up
lesbian life.
together. Your Honor, we grew up together.
The only reason I'm allowing you all to discuss these sexual encounters and relations is because your counterclaim is based on sexual relations. That's the only reason I'm listening to this nonsense. But let me just say this. I want to make it clear. What I think is wrong is deceiving each other about their sexual orientation. That's wrong.
Your Honor,
So-
he did. Your Honor.
If he lied to you about what his orientation,
Your Honor.
then you have an issue.
I told
He did,
you up
Your
front.
Honor.
All right.
He never told me that I can't pronounce the word,
He never told you he had a...
transsexual. I can't pronounce
Why don't I
it, Your
just
Honor.
ask you the question? So,
STD. Just say STD.
Okay, he never told me about his STD, Your Honor.
all right. Very good.
How's that?
All right. Now, I think she is being unreasonable to think that she only has to pay you when she begins employment and then does not get employment. That does not mean you don't have to pay, ma'am. So I'm granting him his judgment for rent. With regard to your emotional distress, ma'am, you're suing him for putting private information on the internet without your permission. That is indeed a claim that you will win because that is against the law to publish private acts to a third party. In fact, sir, it is a crime. You need to be aware of that. And all these viewers who think that they can get mad at their spouse or at their girlfriend or at their friend and take pictures of them and put it on the internet, it is a crime punishable up to 5 years in prison. In some states, it is a criminal invasion of privacy. Judgment for the plaintiff and judgment for the defendant. 2,200 is your judgment after we subtract hers. Have a good day.
Well, I hope you're happy dragging my name through the mud like that. That's
It's the
BS, but
it's the
whatever.
Truth. It's the truth. You're gay.
It's
You're
over,
gay. You
Kathy.
like it. You like it.
If it
you like
finishes-
another
if it
man.
gets me out of this
you
relationship,
love
I'm as
another
gay as a
man
$3
next to
bill,
you.
okay?
You love
So
another
whatever you
man
wanna call
next
it.
to you. That's
So
what
my
your
next
life
girlfriend
is.
will tell you how
know
gay
what?
I
Make
am.
sure you be honest with your next girlfriend that you're gay.
Yeah.